Chosen ones, listen closely, because what I'm about to share with you is not random, it's not coincidence, and it's not something you can just scroll past and forget. We are stepping into a moment in time that carries divine weight, and if you've been asking for clarity, if you've been waiting for a sign, if you've been struggling in your heart, wondering whether to hold on or let go, this message is for you. On September 16th, Venus moves into Leo, and this is not just an astrological update, this is a spiritual shift, a divine recalibration of relationships, loyalty, and timing. This is the universe placing a spotlight directly over your connections, your commitments, and the person or people who are meant to be in your story. And let me tell you, this energy will test your loyalty, but it will also unlock something you've been waiting on for years. Divine relationship timing. You may have already been feeling it in your spirit. That restlessness, that pull toward someone you thought you should release, or that nudge to stay committed even when the circumstances make no sense. Venus in Leo doesn't let anything hide. Leo is bold, expressive, fiery, and proud. When Venus, the planet of love, attraction, and heart-centered truth, moves into that energy, you cannot ignore what your heart wants. And yet, it's not just about desire. It's about whether you are willing to remain loyal, whether you can withstand the storm, whether you can trust divine timing even when it feels delayed, even when it hurts, even when your pride says walk away. The chosen ones know that love is not ordinary. Relationships for you are not casual. Every person you're connected to on a soul level, every encounter, every reconnection, every separation, it all has divine purpose. And in this Venus shift, the universe is going to draw a line in the sand. Who are you truly committed to? Who will you hold space for even when it's inconvenient? And who is meant to rise with you into the next chapter of your destiny? This is not about clinging desperately to the wrong people. This is about recognizing the divine contracts you made long before you incarnated and honoring them when the test comes. Some of you are about to face that test in real time. The person who's been on your mind, the one you thought you lost, the one you thought you had to give up on, they are still tied to your destiny, and the enemy knows it. That's why distractions have been thrown your way. That's why counterfeits have shown up. That's why you've been tempted to settle, tempted to lower your standards, tempted to silence your heart. But chosen ones, the Venus shift into Leo is pulling the curtain back, exposing illusions, and bringing the real thing into focus. You're going to see with clarity who truly holds your heart and who is just noise. But let me warn you, it won't come easy. Leo energy is fiery. It will bring out egos. It will highlight pride. It will trigger old wounds. You may feel tested like never before. One minute you'll feel sure, the next you'll doubt. One day you'll want to fight for it. The next you'll want to let it go. This is the test of loyalty. Not blind loyalty to toxicity, not loyalty to someone who consistently disrespects or harms you, but loyalty to your divine contract. Loyalty to what God placed in your spirit before you even had the words to describe it. Loyalty to the connection that was written long before you ever met in this lifetime. Chosen ones, understand this. Venus in Leo is going to magnify the intensity of love. It's going to magnify desire, but it's also going to magnify truth. If someone has been hiding their feelings for you, those feelings are going to come to the surface. If you've been holding back out of fear, you're going to feel an overwhelming push to express yourself. And if your pride has kept you silent, this transit is going to make silence unbearable. That's because divine timing is unlocking. For years, some of you have been waiting, feeling like nothing is moving. like your prayers are unheard. But timing is everything, and September 16th marks a shift in the gears of the divine clock. Things that were stuck will begin to move. Conversations that were delayed will suddenly unfold. Encounters you thought would never happen again will cross your path. And here's the powerful part. You won't even have to chase. You won't have to force. You won't have to beg. When divine timing unlocks, the doors open on their own. The connections align on their own. The person you couldn't stop thinking about, the one you thought was gone forever, may suddenly reappear. Not because you tried harder, but because the universe ordained the moment. But don't misunderstand. When the moment comes, you still have a choice. Will you be ready? Will you be loyal? Or will pride cause you to miss it? If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for daily cosmic insights, astrology updates, and spiritual guidance, because the universe always has a message for you. This Venus in Leo shift is all about the courage to love boldly. Leo doesn't whisper, it roars, and love during this time cannot remain in the shadows. It will demand to be seen, to be expressed, to be honored. So if you've been hiding your feelings, pretending you don't care, pushing someone away when deep down you do, this energy is going to break that facade. The test is whether you will humble yourself enough to admit the truth, whether you will show up authentically, whether you will trust that divine timing is never late. Some of you are being prepared for reunion. Some of you are being prepared for reconciliation. Some of you are being positioned for a brand new divine partner who will come in as the old cycles close. But no matter which it is for you, the core theme remains: loyalty and divine timing. Are you loyal to the vision God gave you? Are you loyal to the love that your soul recognizes, even when your mind doubts it? Are you willing to wait, not idly, but faithfully, trusting that what is yours will always return in the right time? Listen, chosen ones, this season will separate the genuine from the false. The ones who only wanted attention will fall away. The ones who only showed up when it was convenient will disappear. The ones who were never truly invested will reveal themselves. But the person tied to your destiny, will also begin to shine through the noise. You'll feel it. You'll know it. Your spirit will recognize it. And your loyalty in this moment, your willingness to hold on when it's easier to give up, will determine how quickly divine timing unfolds. So do not give up on this person prematurely. Do not let pride write the final chapter. Do not let temporary frustration cause you to abandon a divine connection. The shift is here. The test is here. But so is the breakthrough. September 16th is not the end. It's the unlocking. And if you can remain faithful, if you can pass this test of loyalty, you are about to see divine timing bring forth a relationship that will not only heal you, but also elevate you into your purpose. Because, chosen ones, your love story is not just about romance, it's about destiny. And this Venus in Leo shift is aligning you with it right now. Chosen ones, if you're still here, it means your spirit recognizes there's something for you in this message. And that's no accident. Spirit has been pulling you to listen, because there is revelation you need before the next stage of your journey unfolds. September 16th is not just a date on the calendar, it's a spiritual checkpoint, a turning of the wheel. And if you've been tired, if you've been on the edge of letting go, if you've been questioning whether the wait, the prayers, the tears have been worth it, listen carefully. The universe is about to show you why you had to endure this process. You see, divine timing doesn't operate on human impatience. Divine timing refines, it tests, it molds you into someone who can hold the blessing when it finally arrives. And when Venus steps into Leo, that refining process reaches a climax. The universe is asking you, can you be loyal when you don't see the fruit yet? Can you hold space for love even when it looks like it's slipping through your fingers? Because the truth is, chosen ones, many of you have been holding a connection in your heart that others around you don't understand. They tell you to move on, to forget, to let it die. But something in your spirit knows this is not just another person. This is divine. This is destined. And now the test is whether you can silence the noise and trust the call. Venus in Leo is going to illuminate your relationships like a spotlight on a stage. Every hidden motive, every mask, every illusion, it all gets exposed. And for you, chosen one, this means the people in your life who were never truly for you, who only took advantage of your light, who only drained your energy, will reveal themselves. But the one who is meant for you will also begin to step into the light. The loyalty test isn't about blind devotion to everyone. It's about discernment. Can you see past the glitter of the counterfeit to recognize the gold of the divine? Can you stand firm in your knowing even when distractions tempt you away? Let's talk about this person, the one tied to your destiny. Some of you have been in separation from them. Some of you have been in silence, no communication, wondering if they even think about you anymore. And yet, you can't shake them from your spirit. That's because the connection is not just emotional, it's spiritual. It's a soul contract, written long before you ever met in this lifetime. And when Venus enters Leo, that soul contract begins to activate again. That's why, around this time, you may feel their energy stronger than ever. You may dream about them, think about them at odd hours, sense them in your spirit even without words. That's the universe stirring the bond, reminding you that this is not over. But here's where the test comes in. The Venus in Leo energy will also magnify your pride. Leo wants to be adored, to be chaste, to be validated. And if you're not careful, your pride will whisper, "Why should I wait? Why should I care? They should be the one reaching out. They should prove themselves." And while there is truth in expecting accountability, the danger is when pride hardens your heart to the point where you close the door on divine timing. The universe is saying, remain open, remain loyal to the vision, not necessarily to the ego battles of the moment. For some of you, this will mean forgiving someone who hurt you, not blindly, not without wisdom, but from a place of understanding that they too were being refined. They too had to go through their own lessons. And now the timing is shifting so that both of you are aligned. For others, it will mean letting go of resentment, of impatience, of the narrative that says, if it hasn't happened yet, it never will. Because chosen ones, let me remind you, God's timing is not man's timing. Just because it hasn't happened in your schedule doesn't mean it isn't on the way. Venus in Leo will also test how boldly you're willing to love. Will you step into vulnerability? Will you express your truth? Will you let yourself be seen? Because this season is not about hidden love. It's about love that roars, love that declares itself, love that refuses to stay silent. And some of you are being called to speak, to reach out, to confess what you've been holding back. Not recklessly, not without guidance, but with courage. Because the universe is aligning moments where your words will matter, where your honesty will break the stalemate, where your vulnerability will unlock the door to reunion. And yet, here's the paradox. Sometimes the test of loyalty is silence. Sometimes it's about patience, about not forcing, about letting the other person come to you when they are ready. That's why you need discernment in this season. Venus in Leo will stir the desire to act, but Spirit will guide you in whether to step forward or to hold back. Either way, the test remains. Will you remain loyal in faith, even when the outcome is not yet visible? Chosen ones, I need you to understand, this is not just about romance. This is about destiny alignment. The relationships being refined in this Venus shift are not ordinary partnerships. They are divine unions, partnerships that will birth purpose, impact, legacy. That's why the warfare around them has been so intense. That's why you've been attacked in your emotions, in your confidence, in your ability to trust. The enemy knows that when two chosen ones come together, when divine love locks into place, their union becomes unstoppable. It becomes a force that shifts not only their lives, but the lives of everyone connected to them. And that's why your loyalty is being tested, because only those who pass the test are ready to carry the weight of such a union. So if you've been feeling weary, if you've been on the edge of surrender, this is your confirmation. Don't give up. Don't walk away from what God promised you. Don't let pride or impatience rob you of the blessing that is already written in your destiny. September 16th is the marker, the turning point, the ignition switch. Divine timing is unlocking, and if you hold firm, you are about to see what you've been waiting for. And chosen ones, when it comes, it will not look like the counterfeit. It will not feel like the cycles of confusion you endured before. It will carry peace. It will carry clarity. It will carry the undeniable stamp of divinity. You will know because your spirit will recognize it instantly. That's the beauty of divine timing. It doesn't just align circumstances, it aligns hearts, it aligns spirits, it aligns everything in such a way that you cannot deny this is God's hand. So prepare yourself, prepare your heart, prepare your spirit. This Venus in Leo shift is the rehearsal for your breakthrough. The test may stretch you, it may challenge your patience, it may ask you to humble yourself, but on the other side of the test lies the unlocking of divine timing, and when that door opens, no one, no force, no distraction can shut it.